So, good afternoon, students. So, yesterday class we discussed regarding radius of the orbit, the energy of the orbit, and velocity of the electron revolving in an orbit, time period of revolution, and number of revolutions per second. Now, so in today's class we'll discuss regarding what is the Rydberg equation, how Rydberg equation was obtained, and how the Rydberg constant value was calculated, and based on these some problems we'll discuss here today. Okay, right. So as you know, so delta E is equal to E2 minus E1. So delta E is equal to E2 minus E1. Yeah. So what is the expression for energy of the orbit? So energy of the orbit is nothing but minus 2 pi square mz square e power 4 by n square h square. This is the formula of energy expression. So this is energy of the second orbit. So I'll take n2 square minus of minus 2 pi square mz square e power 4 by n1 square h square. Now take here 2 pi square mz square e power 4 by h square. I will take common here. Then the remaining part is minus 1 by n2 square, minus of minus becomes a plus 1 by n1 square. Means this becomes a 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Okay, so this is delta E. See, delta E is nothing but means nothing but energy. This is which is nothing but hc by lambda. Now take this hc to here. This becomes 1 by lambda is equal to 2 pi square mz square e power 4 by ch cube into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. As you know that nu 1 by lambda is nothing but equal to nu bar. So nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda is equal to 2 pi square mz square e power 4 by ch cube. And this part, this is known as Rydberg constant, nothing but. So here the same equation we can represent as 1 by lambda nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda is equal to r into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So this total part, this is a constant, all constant terms. Mass of electron, Z is nothing but 1 for hydrogen. This is e power 4. This is charge of electron, velocity of light, Planck's constant. Okay. So for hydrogen, Z is taken as 1 only. So the expression for R here is nothing but 2 pi square mz square or me power 4. 2 pi square me power 4 by ch cube. See, Z is variable here. So for hydrogen, Z is taken as 1. Okay. So now for hydrogen like species means you can write this equation like this. 1 by lambda is equal to rz square. Rz square into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. For hydrogen means Z is 1, no need to consider this. So the expression of R here is R is equal to 2 pi square me power 4 by ch cube. Now by substituting all these values here, you can get the value of R. R is equal to 109677 per centimeters, which is equal to 109,677,000 per meters. So this is the expression of Rydberg equation, which is used to calculate wavelength or wave numbers of spectral lines. Okay. All right. Now, one more here. So this equation is written as 1 by lambda is equal to 109,677,000 into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Now, from this, we can also derive the expression for frequency of the radiation. So what is the frequency of radiation? Let us say, as you know that nu is equal to c by lambda. Okay. Now, so if you want nu here, this we should multiply with c. Here I will multiply with the c on both sides. Then c by lambda is equal to c into 109,677,000 into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. This is c by lambda is nothing but nu frequency. The nu is equal to, by substituting the value of c, and if you multiply here, you can get 3.29 into 10 to the power of 15. 3.29 into 10 power 15 into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Okay, so this is the expression for the frequency of the spectral lines. What is the frequency of a spectral line means? This relation we should use. So in the beginning we discussed that is in the merits of Bohr's theory. What we discussed in the merits of Bohr's theory? So Rydberg constant was calculated. So this is the value of Rydberg constant. And this Rydberg constant is calculated based on Bohr's theory. First we have taken expression for energy of the orbit, E. So from the expression of energy of the orbit, we have derived this expression to calculate the frequency or wavelength or wave numbers of spectral lines. So Rydberg constant was calculated. And what the wavelength and wave numbers or frequencies of spectral lines calculated based on this equation theoretically are in good agreement with experimental values. So here you should remember these two equations. Here also derivation is not compulsory. Just remember the value of R, this equation and this equation. If they ask a wavelength or a wave number, use this equation. If they ask a frequency, just use this equation. Okay, and the value of R is so 109,677 per centimeters, otherwise 109,677,000 per meters. So by using these relations, we can calculate velocity or energy or wavelength or wave numbers and all those. Okay. Right. So let us see how radius and energy or velocity varies with increasing atomic number. See some important points here required for objective. See, what is energy of electron or energy of orbit? E is equal to minus 13.6 by n square electron volts per atom. This is for hydrogen I have written here. Hydrogen like species mean into z square by n square you should write. So this is expression for energy of the orbit. Okay. So why we have taken negative sign here for energy? So energy cannot be negative, but we have taken energy of electron as negative here. So why we have taken energy of electron as negative here? Okay, this is I'll tell you here. See, this is the nucleus of atom. These are the orbits. Like these, the orbits are there. So these are the orbits, nucleus and orbits which are present around the nucleus. Okay, right. So hydrogen contains only one electron in the first orbit. If you supply some amount of energy, that electron can get excited. Either here or here or here like this. And see, if have supplied the energy which is equal to 13.6 electron volts or more than that, then electron can be removed completely from the atom. That means electron is said to be at infinity distance from the nucleus. See, what is ionization? Let us see first. H gives rise H plus plus E minus. This is ionization of hydrogen atom. So what is meant by ionization? We have to remove an electron from the atom. Up to which distance we have to move the electron? See, an atom is said to be ionized if there is no force of attraction between the nucleus and the separating electron. Means we should have to move the electron from this orbiter up to a distance where there is no force of attraction between the nucleus and that electron. Then the atom is said to be ionized. Then the electron is said to be at infinite distance. So from an atom, if you have removed an electron, means if you have moved the electron up to a distance where there is no force of attraction between electron and the nucleus, then the atom is said to be ionized. Okay, so an atom is said to be ionized if there is no force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus. At that state, the electron is said to be present at infinitive distance. Actually, it is not possible. Infinite means meaningless. Here, infinite distance means at what distance when electron is present if there is no force of attraction, and that distance is considered as infinite distance. Then, what about energy of the electron at infinite distance? When an electron is present at infinite distance, its energy is taken as 0. Energy of electron is considered or taken as 0 when it is present at infinite distance from the nucleus. Okay, next. As this electron moves towards the nucleus, the energy of the electron decreases. The energy of the electron is decreased. See here, when electron to the electron in the first orbit, if you supply some amount of energy, then electron move from lower orbit to higher orbit. That means as the distance from the nucleus, means as the distance of the electron from the nucleus increases, energy of the electron increases. When it is at infinite distance, it is taken as 0. Now take opposite. When an electron is moving towards the nucleus, its energy, what happens? Decreases. When an electron is moving towards the nucleus, its energy decreases. Okay, that's why it is taken as a negative. Now let us see energies of different orbits. I will mention here. N is equal to 1. Now if right here n is equal to 1, then what is the value? Minus 13.6 by 1 square. This is equal to minus 13.6 electron volts. Okay. Next, n is equal to 2. N is equal to means minus 13.6 by 2 square means 4. You can get a minus 3.4 electron volts. Next, if you substitute n is equal to 3 here, for n is equal to 3, so you can get a minus 1.51 electron volts. If you substitute n is equal to 4, this is minus 0.85 electron volts. And then substitute n is equal to 5. If you substitute here n is equal to 5, how much you will get here? Minus 0.544 electron volts. So these are the energies of various orbits. And so on. If n is equal to infinitive, if n is equal to infinitive, if you substitute here n is equal to infinitive, take n is equal to infinitive, something by infinitive. So here energy becomes equal to 0. Now see, minus 13.6, minus 3.4, minus 1.51. That means the energy of electron is increasing or decreasing. With the negative sign, the value decreasing means numerical is increased. So as the orbit number increases, energy of the orbit increases. If the orbit number is infinitive, then energy of the electron is 0. That means whenever the energy of an electron is equal to 0, then the atom is said to be ionized. That is, the electron is present at infinitive distance. Now see here. See, as the orbit number increases, what happens to energy of the orbit? What about potential energy? What about kinetic energy? Let us see now. As orbit number increases, first one, potential energy increases. Kinetic energy decreases. Total energy increases. So as the orbit number increases, potential energy increases, kinetic energy decreases, and total energy increases. Okay, right. Now see. One more. As orbit number increases, the energy difference between two successive orbits decreases. See here, this is the energy difference, around 10.2 electron volts. Now here this is energy difference. How much? This is 3.4, 1.51. So 10 minus 1, 9, and 13 minus 5, 8. This is 1 point. So 3.4, 10 minus 1 here 9, and 13 minus 5, 8. Yeah, 1.89. This is 1.89 electron volts, and so on. See, as the orbit number increases, energy associated with that orbit increases, but energy difference between two successive orbits decreases. So as orbit number increases, total energy of orbit increases, but energy difference E2 minus E1 greater than E3 minus E2 greater than E4 minus E3 and so on. As the orbit number increases, energy of the orbit increases, but the energy difference between two successive orbits decreases. See, between first and second orbit, the energy difference is 10.2 electron volts. Between second and third orbit, the energy difference is 1.89 electron volts. Suppose if you take between fourth and fifth, so approximately it is 0.3 electron volts, approximately. Okay, so as the orbit number increases, energy difference between two successive orbits decreases. Okay, right. And so what is the relation between potential energy, kinetic energy and total energy? What is the ratio of potential energy, kinetic energy and total energy of an electron? See here. What is the expression for total energy? Total energy is equal to minus ZE square by 2R. Kinetic energy is equal to ZE square by 2R. Potential energy is equal to minus ZE square by R. These are the expressions for potential energy, total energy and kinetic energy, what we discussed in the previous class. Then the ratio of total energy is to potential energy is to kinetic energy is nothing but, so minus ZE square by 2R is to minus ZE square by R is to ZE square by 2R. So here commonly we can cancel ZE square by R. If you cancel ZE square by R common here, minus 1 by 2 is to minus 1 is to 1. Simplify this ratio. So minus 1 is to minus 2 is to 1. This is the ratio of total energy, potential energy and kinetic energy. Okay, right. Just remember this ratio here. The ratio of total energy, potential energy and kinetic energy are in the ratio of minus 1 is to minus 2 is to 1. This is the ratio of different types of energies possessed by electron. Okay. Okay, right. Now let us see. This is regarding energy relations. So as the orbit number increases, the energy associated with that orbit increases. Okay, next, potential energy of the electron increases, kinetic energy of electron decreases, total energy increases. Means here the increase in potential energy is double the decrease in kinetic energy. Means If the potential energy is increased by a factor of 2, then kinetic energy is decreased by a factor of 1. So, if potential energy is changed by 2 units, then kinetic energy is changed by 1 unit. Why kinetic energy decreases? What is the formula of kinetic energy? Half mv square. As the distance from the nucleus increases, the velocity of the electron decreases. As velocity decreases, kinetic energy also decreases. That is the reason. Okay. So, if we supply certain amount of energy to an electron, so what the energy we have supplied, the potential energy is increased by double that, and kinetic energy is decreased by the same amount. The total energy is increased by same amount what you have supplied. Means that, for example, electron jumps from first orbit to second orbit. Means what the energy you have supplied? 10.2 electron volts. Means that here the potential energy of electron is increased by 20.4 electron volts, and the kinetic energy of electron is decreased by 10.2 electron volts. The total is increased by 10.2 electron volts. That is the reason. So this is about variation of energy with orbit number. Now let us see how the radius vary with orbit number. Radius of the orbit number. See, if n is equal to 1, if n is equal to 1, then what is the radius of the orbit now? Then r is equal to 0.529 into 1 square angstroms. Okay. Now, if n is equal to 2, then r is equal to 0.529 into n square, 2 square. This is formula. R is equal to 0.529 into n square angstroms. This is the formula for radius of the orbit, into 2 square. This is R1, R2. If n is equal to 3, then R3 is equal to 0.529 into 3 square angstroms. Then if n is equal to 4, that is R4 is equal to 0.529 into 4 square angstroms. Okay. See, this R1 is nothing but equal to 0.529 angstroms. Now, if we convert R2, R3 and R4 also in terms of R1, see 0.529 is R1 into 2 square, nothing but this is 4R1. This is equal to 9R1. This is equal to 16R1. So that means R1 is to R2 is to R3 is to R4 is equal to 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to 16. Okay. Now, means that from this what will come to know? As orbit number increases, as orbit number increases, radius of the orbit increases. Than first, second one 4 times more, than first, third one 9 times more, than first one, fourth one 16 times more. So as the distance from the nucleus increases, radius of the orbit, as the orbit number increases, first one, radius of orbit increases. As orbit number increases, radius of the orbit increases. And second one, as the orbit number increases, the difference between the radius of the two successive orbits also increases. So in case of energy, the energy difference between two successive orbits decreases as the orbit number increases. But in case of this, With increasing the orbit number, the difference between the radius of the two successive orbits increases. See, there is nothing but R2 minus R1 is less than R3 minus R2 is less than R4 minus R3 and so on. As the orbit number increases, radius of the orbit increases, but the difference between the radius of the two orbits also increases. For example, see here, what is the difference between the first one and second one? 4 minus 1, which is nothing but 3 will get here. Second and third, 9 minus 4, 5 we can get. Fourth and third, 16 minus 9, 7. Means as orbit number increases, R1, R2, R3, R4, the radius of the orbit also increases. But the difference between the radius of the two orbits also increases. First and second difference is 3R1. Second and third difference is 5R1. Third and fourth difference is 7R1. So, as the orbit number increases, the radius of the orbit increases. At the same time, the difference between the radius of the two successive orbits also increases. Means that we can represent diagram like this. This is nucleus. This is the first orbit. Then compared to first orbit is second orbit radius should be more. This should be more than first one. Then compared to second one, third difference should be more. Then compared to third, the fourth difference should be more. See here, R2 minus R1, R3 minus R2, R4 minus R2. So as the orbit number increases, radius of the orbit increases. At the same time, difference between the radius of the orbits also increases. This is one more condition. Next, what about velocity? As orbit number increases, velocity of electron, what happens? Decreases. See, what is the formula of velocity? Velocity V is equal to 2 pi Z square by NH. This is the formula of velocity, which is nothing but, what is the formula? 2.18 into 10 to the power of 8 by N centimeters per second. This is the velocity formula. Here, as the orbit number increases, that is, as the value of N increases, then what happens? Velocity of electron decreases. Okay. See once again all this they are asking in objective examination, not in PUC. See, as the orbit number increases, potential energy of the electron increases. Okay. And kinetic energy of electron decreases. Total energy of electron increases. So here, the increase in potential energy is double the decrease in kinetic energy. Okay, means if potential energy increases by a factor 4, then kinetic energy will decrease by a factor 2, then total energy is increased by a factor 2, like this. Okay, next, as the orbit number increases, energy difference between two successive orbits decreases, and the ratio of total energy, kinetic energy, potential energy and kinetic energy is, so minus 1 is to minus 2 is to 1, or the same we can also represent as 1 is to 2 is to minus 1, like this also you can write here. From this we can understand this very clearly. Total energy increased by one time, one. Potential energy is increased by 2 times. Kinetic energy is decreased by 1 time. Either like this or like this, either you can represent here. Similarly, take the radius. So if you have considered the radius of the orbit, the radius of the orbit R is equal to 0.529 into n square angstroms. Now in this case, as the orbit number increases, here the radius of the orbit also increases. First orbit radius we have taken as R1, 0.529 angstroms as R1. Then second orbit is 4R1, third one 9R1, fourth one 16R1. So as orbit number increases, radius of the orbit increases. But the difference between the two successive radius also increases. R2 minus R1 is less than R3 minus R2, which is less than R4 minus R3, and so on. Okay, radius increases, difference between the radius also increases. What about velocity? As the distance from the nucleus increases, that is, as the orbit number increases, velocity of the electron decreases. For that reason, the kinetic energy decreases. Okay, so this is about a variation of radius, energy, and velocity of the electron with increasing orbit number. Okay, all right, now let's say yes, on some problems we'll solve here. Sandeep, biology class ఉందా, మ్యాథ్స్ ఉందా? అంతే కదా, ఓకే. Okay, that's all for today class. In tomorrow class, we'll solve that problems based on wavelength, wave numbers, frequency calculation, as well as energy of the orbit, radius of the orbit, ratio of energies, as well as ratios of energies and all those. In tomorrow class, we'll discuss. Thank you.